Hey guys, Duchess Braids here and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how I'm able to achieve a seamless install by using clip-ins. Now seamless install is top tier sewing where you can pull your hair back in a ponytail or you can just pull it back behind your ears and the tracks are not showing and it just looks seamless and falls really well. So I wanted to start out with my model in her natural form, which is her natural hair. Her natural hair is really curly, and so that you guys know, if you have a similar hair texture or even tighter, that the hair that I'm going to be using today from CurlsQueen is going to blend with a natural texture. It is their coarse kinky blowout texture, and so I do highly recommend this texture for people with naturally curly hair, no matter if you're from 3C to 4C. I do recommend this, and it's in your blowout form. It will blend really well with um, our textured hair. So I went in with a middle part and I'm basically doing the leave out. So I'm gonna take the perimeter out like I would a actual sew-in. And this is how much hair I decided to leave out because I believe this will cover the hair, especially when it is straightened. You also want to keep in mind that when you straighten your hair, you don't want it to be too thin. So that's why I did a test patch by putting the hair over my comb, and if I can see through to my comb, then it's not enough hair being left out, and that's how I judge how much hair to leave out. So went ahead and left some hair out around the perimeter. She do have some breakage around the perimeter, but I'm not going to worry about that because the way I'm going to install the clip-ins, we're not going to have to worry about the clip-ins showing because the hair in the front is a little bit shorter. So this hair that I'm braiding right now is the perimeter, which is hair that's going to be left out. So I went ahead and did it on both sides. So I left out equal amount of hair on both sides and I'm braiding that out the way. So now we're going to stick a pin and tell you guys where this hair is coming from. It's coming from CurlsQueen. And again, it's their coarse kinky blowout texture. This is about 24 inches long. And the hair will match our natural hair in its blowouts. That you guys know I've been advocating for these type of texture curls because I just feel like the silky hair is just not blending with our natural hair. And also in the package, you do get a detangling brush, a silk bonnet, which is silk on the inside, as well as some extra clips in case the clips come off the hair, that you have some replacement for that. And then we have the hair, and this is how the hair texture looks, you guys. So it looks like a natural hair from 3C all the way to 4C if it's blown out, and this is how it would look. You see that texture at the end definitely looks like a natural blowout texture. And again, I've been strongly advocating for this texture for our hair, especially if we like to leave some hair out. So with this comes 10 clip-ins. We have 4 of the ones that have 2 clips. We have 2 of the ones that have 3 clips. We have 2 of the ones that have 4 clips, and we have 2 of the ones that have 5 clips. This is typically how they come, you guys. It comes with 10 sections of clips with various sizes, and this is how the clips look. Um, and that's how we're able to hook them in our hair when we get ready to do so. So now I'm going to go back to the braid down because the braid down is important. If you've been watching my channel, you've seen braid downs before, but this braid down is done differently from my sewing braid down because we want the top to be as flat as possible. So I'm basically braiding it down in this way with no small braids around the perimeter or no really extra tiny braids around the top. I'm just going straight down with these and I'm hooking the end into the other braid. So I'm going to braid this down all the way to the middle. I'm going to braid it like this, just straight braids coming down. I'm hooking the end of the previous braid into the braid following it. And once I get to the middle is when I'm going to switch it up a little bit. So now this is, I believe, one of the last braids in the middle. And then I'm going to take the end of I'm going to leave that, go on the other side. I'm going to braid the other side towards the middle as well. And then when I get to that part, I'll show you guys what I'm able to do. So now I'm going in on the other side, and then I've braided that down. I'm going now in the middle with my last and final braid. And once I start braiding that, I take the hook or the end of the braid on the right, take the end of the braid on the left, and I just continue to braid both of those within that final braid. And what I'm going to do to the end, I'm just going to braid it all the way out, and then I'm going to tuck it in between those loops. And that is going to do a great job of hiding the end of the braids. All right, and sometimes when you get to tuck in, you have a little bit of end left out. I wouldn't worry too much about that. There's so many ways to hide that in this. But if I was doing a sewing, I would have sewed it down and out the way. And it's important to oil the scalp in this style. I have this style in myself, and I've been rocking it now for a month. So if you don't know how long your client's going to be wearing a clip-in style, or you're going to be wearing a clip-in style, you do want to oil your scalp. So now I'm going to go in with the first clip in, which is the one with 5 clips on it. And this is where the step is so important to follow along, because this works almost every time. So the middle clip of the 5 clip section, I'm going to put directly in the middle bottom of her head. And if you guys can see, I'm kind of forcing it because you have to kind of snap the clips and ensure that they snap. And I'm putting that along the bottom, and then I curve upwards. And this is going to be true for how I install these. I want them to fall a certain way, and this is the best way to install them and to ensure that they fall this way. This is technically how I do my sewings too. This is the manner of how I do my sewings. And so basically this is just a faster, easier way that you can do at home by yourself. So this is how I add in the first clips, which it has 5 clips on it. And I like to brush through, and my brushing through is me just tagging on it. So now I'm going in with the next one. This one has 4 clips on it. So I'm going to go directly across at the bottom, put a little bit of gap in between. You don't want them too close. And this hair is double wefted, so it gives you a lot of hair. It's so much hair, you guys. It's almost guaranteed to look full. So I'm going from one end all the way to the other end at the bottom, and almost like meeting the first track. And I'm tugging on it now because I want to pull to see if, anything's going to come out. And then I'm going to go in with the clips that have 3 clips, both of them. So I'm going to go all the way from the left side top front. I'm going to curve around a little bit, basically at the bottom of where the longest part of your hair, which is right above your ears. I'm going to take that first 3 clip section, and I'm going to go all the way, and it's going to typically meet in the middle. It all depends on your head size, but for her and for me, it's going to meet in the middle. And then I'm going to take the other 3 clip section and go ahead from the middle all the way and meet it on the other side. And this is probably the longest part of your head, so that's why I use those 3 clips like that. So now I'm going in with the clips that have 5 clips on it, or the section that has 5 clips. I'm going directly in the center first. When you're doing the one with the 5 clips, you do want to start out at the center to just make sure everything is equal. And I'm going to come across her head and meet it where it falls, which should be at the front of the braid. It basically should be right at the front of your head. But again, like I said, this is all depending on the size of your head. If your head is smaller, you might have to curve it up some. If your head is bigger, you might have to finesse it a little bit so that it works. So now I'm going in with the one that has 4 clips. And then this is where it gets a little bit tricky, guys, because the 4 clips is not going to meet all the way across. So I start that one. As you can see, there was a little gap from that side underneath where I put the 5 clips, but I'm just going to cover that gap with the four clips, the one with the section with 4 clips. And I'm just going to go around, and it's not going to fall all the way to the front. And now I'm going to grab for my first two clip section. Now, if you remember from the beginning, the two clip sections, we have four of those, and this is where these come in handy. So I installed those and I lifted that four clip one and put the two clip underneath because I'm going to go back on top with another two clip section and put that right on top. And this is how it's fallen. So now I have another two clip. I'm going to go around that little curve with that two clip, and then I have my final and last clips. So we did end up using every single clips that we got in the package. And I'm going to add that from the front. And this is why you needed your braids to be really small at the top, is so that you want that first clip to be really flat. So it didn't, it kind of overextended. So I went ahead and adjusted that middle clip, and I'm going to pull it down some so that I can put that one on top. So this is, you have to finesse sometimes just depending on your head size, but this is how I install them. And you see how they fall forward, they fall very, very full. And now I'm just taking her hair out. I'm taking the perimeter out and we're going to brush it in. Now her hair is a tad lighter um, than the natural black clip-ins that we have. So that if your hair is a natural black, this would match extremely perfect. Her hair is definitely matched with it, especially when I blew it out and flat ironed it. However, like you can tell a little bit of lightness, but the texture is curly, or her curl pattern was a little bit looser, and with it being blown out, it still blended in so well with this hair. This is how it looked in its natural state. And again, this is a hair you can wear to the gym. You can sweat your own natural hair out and it will not be an issue, because the hair, if you go outside and the humidity is starting to get hot outside and you step outside and it's humid, your hair is going to change texture as well as this hair. So I slicked her hair back in a bun to show you guys that it can go in a ponytail. It's still nice and flat. And this is in its natural state. I haven't even tried to pull it, press it out yet and show you guys how it looks in that way. And she's already smiling and loving it. And then I'm just pulling it out and playing with it. And this is how it looks in a ponytail in its natural state. Tell me it doesn't look like your natural hair if you're in the 3C, 4C category, to when you blow your hair out. It definitely looks like that texture. So now I'm just going to press her hair out, and I'm also going to press the clip-ins out to just show you guys how it looks when it's pressed as well. So right now my flat iron is on about 410 or 430 for the clip-ins, but for her natural hair texture, I kept it at about 385, 400 mark maybe. So then I brush through the hair first with the comb, and then I just chase it with the flat iron. So it was not hard at all. This is all in one pass. I don't have to do multiple passes with this to get it straight. All right, so this is how her hair looks straight, and I went ahead and did her baby hairs, and this is how it looks. It definitely looks really smooth. Her hair fit in so well with it. She's pulling it back into a ponytail, which she can do whenever she wants. She can go up even higher if she needed to. And this is how it looks straight. She's able to pull it back. She's able to tuck it behind her ear. She's able to pull it forward. Whatever she wants to do with this, we can pull it up into a little clips. And now I'm just going to curl it to see how it does with curls. And normally I don't do a lot of sprays like hairsprays or anything, but hairsprays will definitely help to keep the curls in place. The curls does fall. However, I didn't use any hairspray or anything to keep it in place, so I cannot measure if it would have stayed longer with that or not. All right, so this is how it's looking curled. It is so cute to me, y'all. So full, and like I said, 10 sections of clips comes in it, all various sizes, so you can move it around or maneuver it however you want to make it work for you. You can do so many different styles with clip-ins. See, she can possibly do a half and half right here where she just pulls half back and let the other half fall. And now I'm just gonna pull it back into, like, if she wanted to wear a clip with this would be such a cute style to just put a claw clip back here and she can rock it like that if she's just running errands or again going to the gym or whatever she wants to do. And this is the final look, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and all the information on the hair will be in the description.